Good. Here, you can pair my device. You're so good at it. You're so good at it. No, you have it. You have it. Yeah, but not right now. I will. Yes, yes, I do need. Yes, we'll take care of it. Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming to the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors special meeting for January 17, 2017 at 12 o'clock. Call to order at 12:01 or 12 o'clock. Pledge allegiance. Can Supervisor Medina please lead us off in pledge allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Supervisor Medina. Can I have an acknowledgement and certificate of posting?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Thank you very much. Regular agenda item, this will be from the Office of Emergency Service. Kevin, Ray, do you want to give?
Well, first of all, I'd like to invite Kevin O'Neill. He's our Deputy Director for OES. I want to first thank him and the valiant effort that staff have put in with regards to the flooding in the Lovers Lane area. Louis and Kevin have really done a lot of work, Kevin's staff as well. So I just wanted to first convey that to the public and to your board this weekend. There's been a lot of work going on as well, preparing ourselves for this next week and, and putting this meeting together. So I wanted to first open up with saying that. So, Kevin?
All right. So good afternoon, members of the board. January 6th, San Bernardino County began to be impacted by a major storm hitting the entire Bay Area. It all culminated on January 12th, where a large portion of the northern part of the county experienced pretty catastrophic flooding. I, as the Emergency Services Manager, Deputy Director of Emergency Services, in the board's absence and our CAO's absence, proclaimed a local emergency for the county. When that type of action is taken, the Board of Supervisors, if you are in agreement, must ratify it within 7 days, and that's why we're here. We are looking at another storm beginning Wednesday, with the heaviest parts Wednesday night into Thursday morning. I just spoke to the Weather Service. They're now expecting about 2 inches to 2.5 inches between Wednesday and the 23rd, which I believe is, I think, Tuesday. So another significant storm coming our way. The governor has not proclaimed a state of emergency for our county or any other county in the state. However, we're optimistic that that will be coming, and with that will be the opportunity for California Disaster Assistance Act, which is financial assistance to public entities such as the County of San Benito. So the proclamation before you is for the board to consider ratifying the local emergency that was proclaimed on the 12th. And I'd be happy to answer any questions about what happened or any steps moving forward. And while I got the microphone, I'd need to thank a lot of partners that helped out with the response. Fire Department, CAL FIRE, RMA, especially the sheriff's office. Captain Tony LaMonica was my right-hand man. Couldn't have done anything without him, and especially Louis. Louis was working 16-hour days, talking to the media, and it was a real team effort, and I appreciate all their help. So,
Mr. Chair?
Actually, hold on. I got supervisors. Supervisor Medina.
Yeah, I just want to once again convey what everyone else said earlier. You know, it was the time he spent out there was phenomenal. I mean, he went out there and took charge and leadership with everyone else involved. You know, I see those two ladies in the back up there. You can stand up real quick, please. You know who you are, and you too, Captain. You know, right there, these were the people that really took the leadership. They made sure people were taken care of. And I was out there for several days on and off, and I appreciate everything you've done. The biggest thing we need to worry about now is the future, the next couple of days. We're having a meeting tonight at 7 o'clock over on the corner of Lovers Lane and Shore Road. And we really want to talk to the residents to make sure that we can provide any assistance necessary for the next couple of days here. So once again, thank you for everything you've done. And of course, the man with the mic over there, you've done a phenomenal job. My hat's off to you. Thank you.
Supervisor Rivas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I as well want to extend my appreciation to staff and all the emergency workers for the time that was spent. But my question is directed at the extent of the damage. Kevin, if you can maybe give me an understanding of the extent of the damage in terms of dollars for our county, and then moving forward, waiting on this gubernatorial, this declaration of emergency, by the state. What happens when he does make that declaration, as far as what it means for our county in terms of budget and in our efforts to clean up, the issues that we have.
Absolutely. So I'll touch on the cost first, and unfortunately don't have a very accurate amount for you yet. And Brent may be able to speak a little more to it, but there was definitely damage to San Felipe Road and Lovers Lane Road. There's still parts of Lovers Lane as of yesterday that were still underwater. We're pretty confident there's some significant damage. Brent and I and other RMA staff are actually going out with the Department of Water Resources at 1 o'clock today to survey the levee break. But, a lot of the clearing out of the creek, the buildup of debris, the levee break, a lot of it's on private property, and it's hard to get an estimate at this point. I don't know, Brent, if you have any dollars that you'd like to share for the roads. It's just we're very preliminary right now. In terms of the homes and the losses that they've suffered, we're putting out a survey to gather information on what they've lost, if they have flood insurance, what the flood insurance covers. Because if we do reach to the point where the governor calls on the president to proclaim a major disaster in the area, that opens up funding for individual assistance, which goes to the individuals. Brent, and then I'll touch back on the California Disaster Assistance Act as well. Thank you.
Very briefly, we have Kevin mentioned the levee break. That's privately owned. That's not us. The other major water issue was a creek overtopping, which is just a natural condition from too much water. Again, that was on private property, and so that's not really us to repair, although we're looking to assist with that, with both of those things. Infrastructure-wise, we have one bridge on San Felipe Road that will need to be replaced. It's compromised. The guardrail is completely down in the creek, and the bridge cannot be repaired. It needs to be replaced. It's a timber bridge, small timber bridge. There is some damage on the northerly part of San Felipe Road, where a significant portion, several hundred feet of shoulder, have just washed away, and there's a 4-foot ditch right up to the pavement. And then it looks like about half mile to a mile of Lover's Lane itself will probably need to be completely replaced. It was not in wonderful shape, but now it's totally compromised. So a lot of water went through there. And that's what we know about. There may be other things. Scattered around the county, there were some minor slides and those sorts of things, rock falls and trees down in that. But we've not found any other major damage anywhere.
And so the California Disaster Assistance Act, or CDAA, it also goes beyond the infrastructure piece of it. So it helps cover staff time, overtime. We've purchased sandbags. All of those little things add up, and it helps to cover that loss for the county. So essentially, once the governor proclaims a state of emergency, he can then choose what kind of assistance he offers. And that's what we're waiting for, and that's what we've been pushing for. And we're hoping now that the 3-day weekend's over that we'll get some word from him or his office.
Supervisor Munzer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I see this as, fortunately, these kind of events do not happen all that often here. But I see when they do, this is our role. Major reason why we're here is to make sure we get the assistance that our residents need in a timely manner. And I just want to thank everybody that has been out there, the professionals that have been out assisting. And my request would be to keep us abreast of the process going forward and what we need to do to help make sure that our residents get the assistance they need from both the state and federal sources. So with that, thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. Supervisor Botello?
Yeah, I want to echo Supervisor Munzer on that. I think that's why we're here this afternoon, is to try to put in the wheels in motion to get all the assistance that we need to help these folks, property owners and residences throughout the county, get back on their feet, and also deal with the damage to the public infrastructure. I do want to thank all our emergency folks that responded, did a phenomenal job. Nobody got hurt, and people knew what to do. And I really applaud everybody that from the administration to the public safety, fire departments, and other agencies that came to aid us at that time. It was a phenomenal amount of water that went down to Pacheco Creek. It was phenomenal. I own property out there, and I recall the 97 flood, what the damage was then. And I think this amount of water, for one reason or another, was quite a bit significantly more. And, one of the things that I want to point out to the public, the county did what we could do to prepare ourselves for this rain event. Of course, we did it last year when we thought we were going to have an El Nino event. We were able to get permits to enter into the stream bed to clear out, the approaches to the bridges. Well, and Public Works did a great job doing that last year. I think that probably helped. But fact remains that the Pacheco Creek historically had always been cleared out by property owners, and levee maintenance was done every few years by everybody working together. And that's not happening anymore because of different rules, environmental rules that have taken place over the years that don't allow public agencies or property owners to do the proper level of maintenance. And here we are with a big bill, as Supervisor Rivas, trying to get a handle on it. But I recall in '97 to do the levee repairs in the areas that the Pacheco Creek broke. It's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's a lot of money, and we face the same thing today. I'm aware of a couple of neighbors trying to do what they can right now to shore up the levee just in preparation of the the rest of the rainy season. And I hope that we could have the governor come to our assistance soon, so we could get out there and provide the proper level of protection and proper maintenance and repairs that need to be made to protect lives and property. So again, I thank everybody who's working on this, and let's keep our nose to the grindstone and make sure that we send this off to the governor and our state representatives. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Supervisor Botello. I first of all would like to thank Supervisor Medina for all his efforts and putting on his boots and the gloves and actually out there door to door handling. Is it true? Bottled water to the residents. Yes, we do. Thank you. I will call you for an update, and you will be out there on the field working. And so, I really want to commend you, congratulating you for having that face of the board of supervisors out there in your district. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kevin, and thank you, Captain Sheriff Department, for a wonderful job for taking Supervisor Medina and myself on a kind of like a road trip around the effects scenarios. It was very enlightening knowing that we have a professional staff that can react at any time moment. I really want to thank all the staff members for all the prep time in the past at the cinema, other events. When you actually did practice, it paid. It paid on this situation that we have today, and I really want to commend the staff and our community for being there. And was it search and rescue team? Search and rescue team. They did a wonderful job. I really want to commend them. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to open up to the public. Anyone from the public? None. I'll close it. Close the public.
Please note that the date on the proclamation will be changed, so if Kevin could submit that to the chair afterwards.
Okay. I got a quick question of both Kevin and Barbara. By adopting this proclamation today, it allows us to kind of like do an accounting in case the state of California does decide to reimburse us for our expenses. Is that correct?
We've already been doing that. Okay. So we do our initial damage assessments, which is gathering all the information on how much the damages are, both to the individuals and to the county. And then I just got word from the governor's office, which is very interesting considering the governor hasn't proclaimed yet, that they're sending one of their recovery people to do a preliminary damage assessment down here on Thursday. Okay. So that's kind of a hint that maybe he's thinking about that. My question was, why are you sending someone if you're not going to proclaim? But yeah, so we're already working through this. What the local emergency does is it tells the governor that we are in a dire situation, that we are requesting assistance through funding and other resources available to the state, and that we're going to continue to work in this direction, especially with this upcoming storm.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'll bring it back to the board. What's the pleasure of the board?
Move staff recommendation.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Rivas, second by Medina. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Thank you. 5-0. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Move, Mr. Chair.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Thank you. We'll see you next Tuesday. That was easy.